Hello, welcome all dear students to a new lecture. So in this lecture we will discuss the equation, yeah, you can say kinetic equation for uniform accelerated motion. So look at this figure. Here you can see an animation how an accelerated motion occurs. So if you observe carefully, then you can easily find a way to identify. This one is moving very fast, but the second one is a little bit slow. So you can say there is an acceleration. I mean, there is an acceleration in different object. So we will first discuss what is mean by acceleration, and then we will go to the how we will derive the equation for the accelerated motion. So first of all, I will say you what do you mean by acceleration. Yeah, exactly what it means. Yeah, so acceleration means you can say it is the change in velocity. Simply the change in velocity is called the acceleration. So if you look at the first line of this figure, then a cartoon is running. It means it gradually increasing its speed. It means its velocity is changing. So you can say in the first case there is an acceleration. In the second case, in a cartoon which is slowing down, it means its speed is decreasing continuously. So you can say it is also in an accelerating way, because the velocity is changing. In the first case the velocity was increasing, but in the second case it is decreasing. So you can say the velocity is changing. Here the third one, the B is in the random motion. It means it changes its direction at every moment. So you can say it also changes its velocity, because velocity means what? It is the change in displacement per unit time. Okay, so change in displacement means because it means displacement is defined by a direction and its magnitude. So once the direction will change, then the displacement will be changed, and displacement change means velocity will change. So in the third case you can also say that there is an acceleration of B. So this is the concept behind the acceleration. Then we will look out what is the magnitude and how we will calculate the magnitude of an acceleration. So if we calculate the magnitude of acceleration, this is the simplest formula which you can put for the calculation of the acceleration. Here it is represented that the acceleration is the final velocity minus initial velocity divided by time. Difference between the final velocity and the initial velocity, and then divided by the time, you will get the acceleration. Now you can say the acceleration is the rate of change of velocity, because from this formula we will get that the acceleration means what? It is the rate of change of velocity, means how the velocity change with respect to time. What amount of velocity changes per unit time is called the acceleration. So acceleration can be simply represented as the acceleration is the rate of change of the velocity. Yeah, you can use this formula. Okay, similarly now we will derive the formula, the equation of the kinematics for the accelerated motion. So we know this is the formula for acceleration. From this we will, if you take this t to this side, then we will get final velocity minus initial velocity equal to acceleration into time. Understand? And again, if I take v0 to the right side, then I will get final velocity equal to initial velocity plus acceleration into time. So this is the first equation of the kinematic equation of the accelerated body. So this is the first equation of the motion, or you can say the kinetic equation of the motion. This is the first equation, and again and next we will derive the other two equations, because there are total three equation of motions are there. So second, before we going to that, we must have an understanding about the displacement, how we will calculate displacement from a velocity time graph. Vt means velocity time graph. So let us take an example. Here I show you the time with respect to velocity. Here for the simplest, I will take. I'm taking that there is a constant velocity, means it doesn't change at every second. It is constant, that is 2 meter per second. So once if I draw the graph for this, I will get here this. The graph shows that that the every second the velocity is constant, that is at 2. Okay, so then let us discuss what is the displacement. So at the initial, when time is 0, there was no displacement, but at the first 1 second it covered 2 meter, because its velocity is 2. So you can say at first 1 second it covered 2 meter. Again at the second 1 second, here it is the second 1 second, its velocity is 2, so it will cover 2 meter in 1 second. Similarly in the third case, as it is velocity is remain constant, so it again cover a 2 meter distance in 1 second. So in the fourth case same thing will happen, in the fifth case same thing will be happen, because there is the velocity remains constant. So finally if we calculate the total distance total displacement, then if you add all these numbers, then we will get 10 meter. So in this way we can calculate the displacement from a velocity time graph. So we will look at another example which I show you. So this is the velocity time graph, and here if I take the area under this curve, this is the velocity time graph, and if I take the area, the shaded portion is the area. If I calculate the area, it is as it is a rectangle, we will put the formula like length into height. So if a length is how much, it is 5 meter 5 second, because in the x-axis it is time, so I write 5 second. In the y-axis it is velocity, it means meter per second, so I put 2 meter per second. So then if you multiply 5 into 2, you will get 10 meter. Second and second will be cancel out, only the remaining thing is the meter, so you will get 10 meter. So in the last case we calculated manually, I mean by the method of calculation, we get the 10 meter, and here by the graph, by looking the graph, you can also calculate the displacement. Displacement means what? It is the area under the curve. Once you calculate the area, then you will get the displacement. Understand? Now let us take another example to understand. Suppose at the initial step the velocity is v0, you can say initial velocity is v0, and the final velocity at time t, the velocity will be v. This is the velocity at this point, the velocity will be v. So now we will calculate the area under the curve. So if you look at the figure, then you will get two area. One is the rectangle, one is the square, and another one is the what? Another one is the triangle. So if we calculate the area of the triangle and the square, and then we add, we will get the displacement. What is the displacement on the time t? So okay, so we will calculate the area of the square and the area of the triangle ABC. So when you calculate the area of the square, area of the what? A rectangle, you will multiply this length and this length. So this is the time axis, and this equal to t, and in the y axis it is v0. So I put v0 plus t for the area of this portion, and again for the area of this triangle I will put the formula like half into base into height. So AC is the base and BC is the height, so that's why I put half into AC into BC. Okay, now if I simplify a little bit, then I will get b0 into t, half into t, because AC equal to t and BC equal to what? BC. This much is equal to the final velocity minus initial velocity, so v minus b0. So this is the expression. Now we know that a equal to bf minus, I mean final velocity minus initial velocity by time. So from this, if we calculate the final velocity minus initial velocity, then we will get the final velocity minus initial velocity equal to a into t. If you take t to this side, then you will get a into t equal to bf minus b0. then we will put here in the place of b minus b0, then we will get s equal to b0 into t plus half into a t. Here it is a t because bf minus b0 equal to a t, and t is already there, 1 t is already there, so it is 1 a t square, so half a t square. So this is the second equation of the kinematic, yeah, you can say the equation of the motion. Here s represent the displacement, b0d represent the initial velocity, t the time taken to reach at the final velocity, and a is the acceleration. Okay, so in this way you can calculate the displacement from a velocity time graph. So this is the second equation, or if you know the values of these terms, then you can easily calculate by putting the values in this equation. Now let us suppose there is a example which here it is the initial velocity is 2 and it is gradually increasing up to 6 and the time 4. Now we will calculate the displacement from this velocity time graph. So here there are also two shaded portion are there. One is the rectangle. Rectangle is the OBCD. This portion is the rectangle, and the upper part is the triangle. So we will calculate the area of these two regions individually, and then we will add to get the total displacement. So if we calculate the area of the rectangle, then it is 2 into 4 plus the area of the triangle is half into base into height. So half into base means what? Base means this distance. So this is 0 to 4 means it is 4. Now here it is 2 to 6. In the AC is 2 to 6. So we will put 2 to 6 means what? It is 4. So here 4 into 4. So we will get 8 plus here 2 and 4 will cancel out. So it remaining is the 2. 2 into 2 will be 4. 2 into 4 equal to 8. So 8 plus 8 equal to 16 meter. So in this way you can calculate the displacement from a velocity time graph. Now we will derive the third equation. We already know this is the second equation. From the second equation we will got the third equation. Okay. So when we know a equal to bf minus b0 by t, acceleration equal, if we put the acceleration, okay, look at a into t equal to bf minus b0. Understand? So now if I calculate t, then here t equal to what? b minus b0 by a. From this equation we will get this equation. Now put the value of t in the second equation. Okay. So when you put the value of t in the second equation, here the b0 remaining as it is, and t equal to replace b minus b0 by a. Understand? Now plus half a as it is into a is as it is. Now t square. T square means what? T into t. So b minus b0 by a into b0 minus b0 by a. So you will get a simplified equation. Okay. Now if we solve this equation again, we will get b0 minus b0 by a. I just multiply a. Here a 1a will cancel out with 1a, and the remaining will be there is only 1a. So at the numerator you will get b minus b0 into b minus b0, and the denominator you will get 2a because 1a is cancelled. Okay, so this is the simplified equation. And again if we do a little more multiplication, then we will get here, if I multiply b0 into b minus b0 into b0 by a. Here similarly if I multiply, then I will get b into b, then again b into b0. So this is the simplified equation you will get. Okay. Now look at this. After solving this, if I take the LCM of these two terms, I will get 2a. Okay. So here I have to multiply 2 because there is 1 and there is 2. So I have to multiply. When you take the LCM, you will get easily what is to be done, need to be done. So once you will get these terms. So look at this 2b0b. Here b0b minus b0b. So this becomes minus 2b0b, and this term will cancel out with this term because this is plus and this is minus. and the remaining, look at this, I add these two terms to one term. So again, if I cancel out these two terms, the remaining will be the minus 2 b0 into b0 plus b into b plus b0 into b0. So once you will got this, from this you can get a more simplified equation. Once here it is minus 2 b0 b0, here plus b0 b0. So if you cancel out, then you will get minus b0 into b0 plus b into b by divided by 2a. If I take the 2a to this side, then that 2a will multiply with s. So 2a into s equal to b into b minus b0 into b0. So b0 means what? It is the initial. B means what? It is the final velocity. Okay. So if we write a single symbol to the final velocity and initial velocity, then we can say that v square, I will take v square is the final velocity, u square is the initial velocity. Understand? So 2s. So if I take the minus v0 into v0 to this side, then it will add with 2as. So here v square equal to u square plus 2s. So this is the final equation, and this is the third equation of the, you can say it is the third equation of the most